So you guys were one. I'm hearing a lot of you guys. You guys wanted a theme song shortened, so here we go. This girl reviews movies, games, and books. Sometimes she plays them. So does that? And when she does it with the cat, does that make her crazy? Does that make her crazy? Probably. So it's shorter. There you go. Crazy Cat Lady Gamer Reviewer or Martha Butler does not own any trailers or pictures. I use them under fair use, educational, for education and entertainment purposes. Hi everybody, Martha here. So every single year, since last year, I've been doing one Harry Potter book movie review around Christmas time because a lot of the Harry Potter movies are some, I think, Christmas movies in my book. At least that's what I think. So because there's Christmas scene in the books or in the movies. Because there's always something that happens around Christmas. Not so much in this book or this movie, which is the Chamber of Secrets movie. So so what happens in Chamber of Secrets for people who have not watched the movie or read the book? Um, and really, if you think about it, this one's the most that got put into the movie that was not in the book. That was in the book. Like for instance, the one thing that they left out that could have been put in there is the death, the death birthday, the death day, which is Nicholas Flamel's day he died, and that's the real reason why Harry is not at the dinner when he hears that basilisk for the first time. Is because Harry, um, Ron, and Hermione are come back from his death, coming back from come back from Nicholas Flamel, Sir Nick, Nearly Headless Nick. Their names sound the same. Nearly Headless Nick, and Death Day. So yeah, they weren't at the. So that's one thing that the book left out. The movie left out. So in this movie, um, Harry's going into his second year at Hogwarts, and when he when the Dursleys are like having like having a talk to one of Verdon's bosses or something like that. He's told to stay quiet, but he can't because there's a freaking house elf in his room named Dobby, and he's making noise saying, "You can't go to school this year because there's evil planning, basically." And he's like making noises, and he spills cake on the guest and gets Harry really grounded, and already he already is with the Dursleys because they make him into basically Cinderella, and instead they lock him up and stuff like that, and not let him come out of the room, not let him go to the school. So yeah, to where Ron and Fred and George have to go and get him out of there the next night by breaking down the door. And this is where we meet Arthur Weasley for the first time. And when they take him to Diagon Alley now, another thing that's going on with Lupin um, giving the diary to Jenny, I don't think it has anything to do with Voldemort, really. Even though, because I don't think he really knows what that thing is that he's protecting. The fact that he gives it to a freaking 11-year-old, and I think he's trying to like sell a dispute with him and Arthur because Arthur is trying to do find things wrong with everybody with past Death Eaters, and that's probably why him and Arthur had that don't get or having that thing happen. So I think he's really just trying to get back at Arthur because he thinks Arthur is not a real full-blooded wizard because of what he acts. He's a blood traitor. So yeah. So get sounds is really weird, and Jenny has no idea what's going on. That the fact that she gets a diary put in her bucket. So yeah, and then they go to school, and we meet good Lord Lockhart, which is one of the worst um, defensive dark eaters because teachers we get because he has no idea what he's doing. He does not know how to teach these kids. This thing, Dumbledore hired him just to see if how fast he would fail at it, and he fails at it pretty fast because he does not know how to fight. He does not know how to do anything. He just the first time we see him, when the lead scene, the lead scenes of him trying to give the kids a test to see if all his like favorite things. Like okay, that's the lead scene where we get to see him deletes cards, pixies from the kids, and what does he do? He runs and hides in his room. So yeah, like he's basically a funny guy, but he is not somebody you want teaching your kids. And the fact that Snape makes him look so ridiculous in this movie, it's very funny when they have the dueling thing after Mrs. Norris and Colin get attacked because right after that thing we the kid just Dustin gets attacked with along with this headless Nick. And in the book, I think no, that's what Hermione. Never mind. So this is when everybody's starting to suspect Harry about this because before with Colin and this is Norris, only Filch expected him. Colin, he had no way of being messed with Colin because he was in a freaking hospital for what happened during the Quidditch match. Because what happened with, um, because what, since he was, since, um, D- um, Dobby tried to make the Quaffle hit him, really fast, and also when his arm was broken, what does Grindelwald card go do? Make it where he has no bones. What? What? So yeah. So there's no way for him to actually do calling because he was in the hospital. So I don't like I'm in a freaking hospital. How am I gonna draw a freaking snake when I'm in a freaking hospital? So yeah. And I mean I can understand why they think he's well uh Mrs. Norris might be the one attacking him, and understand why they think Justin attacked him because he was the one that Mr. Felt caught him in the act of doing, and so yeah, and he takes him over to and he has Dumbledore talk to him. But Dumbledore knows it's not him, so yeah, and he lets him go. But he asks him, "Was there something you want to tell him?" Like, what? And the only thing he has to tell him is, "I might be hearing weird noises in the walls." Because he does not know it's a snake yet. So yeah, and next time we like see is when we find out like the diary into the bathroom of Nor of the ghost girl Melanie Mortar, and she they find the diary and they try to and he like asks us about the Chamber of Secrets. And oh yeah, we had the alternate thing with Draco too with the sleeping the the Polishes potion, which doesn't really go anywhere because they find out that that's just not Draco. Well, Draco does tell them that it is 50 years ago, but that's still so that's basically it. So that what's there. And so this is when we find out that Harry might think it's that's Hagrid because he has a freaking spider and riddle leads him to it to accuse him like he did 50 years ago. And so he goes and asks um Hagrid about it after Hermione gets attacked. So because Hermione wasn't with them, this is after that. after she gets attacked, is they were gonna go and have another Quidditch match, but they weren't able to because they told them, nope, you can't have this Quidditch match. And then that's when Hermione and Vanellope Clearwater in the book gets attacked, which is Percy's girlfriend, pretend girlfriend in, in the book, because they don't even mention Penelope Clearwater in the movie. Except for, like, we see her passing by with Percy one time, and like passing one time. So that's it. But she gets attacked too. And so then we see, like, we go talk to get Aragog, and he explains to him, I didn't do the attacking, but I think I know what did. A monster that we don't like. Okay, I'm gonna eat you now. Bye bye. Ah, my children, get him. So the dumb car comes and saves them and takes them back over there, and then they go talk to Hermione, which she was there, and we find out a piece of paper is inside of her hand, and they into finding that it's a freaking basilisk, and it's using the pipes. I don't know how a freaking snake goes through the pipes. That's weird. J.K. Rowling, you're weird. I mean, I have I know a lot of people are hating her right now. I don't like what she said either, but I'm still gonna like the books and watch the movies and stuff like that. I just won't like her anymore because what she said on Twitter about trans people, and I think she's stupid about what she said too. So yeah, I don't think, like, sometimes I think she does not think through about how can a snake fit that's big and fit for the pipes. I don't get that. And um nobody's seen it too when it gets out of the pipes about them dying. So they end up finding out that it's in the girl's bathroom. That's how Morning Morrow died, and she explains how she died. And they go down there with his name. I have a hard time remembering his name. Lockhart, to get him to do his job because they wanted him to go and save Jenny, even though he doesn't want to. He just wants to leave. And they get down there while Ron and Lockhart are, like, locked off, and he has to go, and Harry has to go face the Basilisk and Riddle by himself. Now, I don't know. See, this is the first time we technically do see Voldemort in a way, because the first time we see him in the first movie, he's hooded, and he's part of Quirrell. So this is technically the first time we see him. We see him as a teenager. You don't see your villain of your movie as a teenager and think you're scared of him. Like, ooh, you're a freaking teenager. Ooh, it's like trying to say we're scared of Draco. Like, no, you're not scary here. So, I mean, the snake's scary. The big giant snake is. You're not. So, and Harry has to feed him with the sword, which he does a pretty good job at. And Fox blinds him, so it makes it easier. So yeah. And so this is where the snake bites him, and I know the gyrates have been a Horcrux later, but it's not even mentioned that. That's not even mentioned in this book, so we're not gonna really talk about it here. So Ginny gets saved, and Harry comes to heal, and we find out the sword that he used was was Gryffindor's sword. So this movie's pretty good. I would say out of all the 7 books plus 8 movies, I would say this is one of the ones that is like convenience movies, because everything was a candid to Harry at the very end. Like, he had to deal with the giant snake. Oh, here comes a hat and a sword to save you. Oh, you're about to die from the snake's poison. Oh, Fox's tears are gonna save you. Like, okay, like Harry got a little just lucky there at the very end. So I'm gonna give this movie a 6 out of 10. Probably, so that's probably it. So I'll see you guys next year for when we do the third book and third movie. Unless you guys want me to do that soon. I don't know. I'll let you guys up to you. Like, favorite, subscribe, and bye bye.